When it comes to wealth and success, does race shape how Jamaicans view their own? Today, Andrew Holness, Jamaica's prime minister and one of its most prominent black leaders, faces constant scrutiny about his wealth. Many accuse him of accumulating his wealth by questionable means, sparking public debate and criticism that has followed him for years. On the other hand, Mark Golding, the leader of the opposition, is a multimillionaire and, by most reports, even wealthier than Holness. Yet his wealth doesn't seem to raise the same questions or the same suspicion. Why is that? Is it because Golding is of European descent, while Holness is a black Jamaican? Golding's wealth comes with its own story, one rooted in the FinSac era of the 1990s. During this period, the Jamaican financial sector collapsed and countless ordinary Jamaicans lost their businesses and homes. Golding, an attorney at the time, is accused by some of allegedly profiting from this crisis, overseeing what some call one of the greatest wealth transfers from poor to rich Jamaicans in modern history. While this part of Golding's wealth history is known, it rarely comes under public scrutiny today. Meanwhile, Holness's wealth is questioned, time and again, in a narrative that seems unwilling to accept the possibility of a black Jamaican rising through legal investments and hard work. There's a phrase for this mentality: the crab in a barrel effect. When one person from a marginalized group tries to rise, others from the same group pull them back down. It's a cycle of suspicion and resentment, a self-perpetuating system that keeps everyone stuck. And sometimes, it's fueled by internalized beliefs and biases about who deserves success. Holness, a self-made millionaire, has been open about his journey. According to Minister Delroy Chuck, Holness received early financial advice from former Prime Minister Edward C. Haga, who encouraged him to invest wisely and not depend on politics for income. This advice helped Holness build his financial independence outside of his political career. In a way, Holness's journey is precisely what many Jamaicans aspire to achieve: a path of personal growth, wise investments, and independence from political influence. Yet this success is often met with distrust, sometimes even resentment, especially when compared to that of politicians from more privileged backgrounds. Is it possible that some Jamaicans, consciously or not, have accepted that only certain groups should be wealthy? And that when a black Jamaican accumulates wealth and power, it somehow seems unnatural or even suspicious? Of course, there's more to it. Holness's position as prime minister places him in the spotlight, where political opponents and critics leverage every opportunity to question his integrity. But political biases alone don't fully explain the level of scrutiny. Race plays a role that's hard to ignore. As a society, these racial biases reflect deep wounds from the past. Generations of Jamaicans have internalized messages about who deserves success, who should be trusted, and who should be questioned. And while the legacy of colonialism isn't unique to Jamaica, it's evident in how we view the wealthy among us. Imagine if we flipped the narrative. Imagine a Jamaica where the success of any Jamaican, regardless of race or background, is celebrated as a collective victory, where we ask questions to ensure transparency and accountability, but without the weight of racial bias. Could we break free from the crab-in-a-barrel mentality and see each other's success as a pathway to collective growth? Out of many, one people, that's Jamaica's motto. But to truly live up to it, we need to confront the biases that still divide us. We need to question ourselves, not just our leaders, about the ways we view wealth, success, and the potential of every Jamaican. If we can, then we'll have a chance at building a Jamaica where every child, regardless of their background, can rise as high as their ambition takes them, without suspicion, without resentment, and without limits. If you found this video interesting, let's keep the conversation going. What are your thoughts on how we perceive wealth and success in Jamaica? Do you believe race plays a role, or do political affiliations impact these views more? Share your perspective in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest discussions.